Hi, it's Joey Reynolds with the Reynolds Wrap, and I got exclusive pictures of when the Black Pirates stole the media. Captain, is that Al? Captain Al? He was a friar, you know. I knew him real well. He was a pretty good guy. He didn't die. I am the late Joey Reynolds, but that's only because I'm never on time. But the late, Louise Pritchett, who was 99 years old and the facilitator at the Sisto School in Stockbridge, Mass. for troubled teens for a number of years. She passed away, so the funeral is this Saturday, and we want to honor her. But I'll tell you something, she's a woman who lived in the Bronx for 60 years when it was a garden of paradise, she said. That they had, before that highway came in, there was a garden. Did you know that? All of that, it was the housing was developed for, they had inclusion, all kinds of people were allowed to live in that apartment complex, a co-op. They wanted to have everybody enjoy the great scenery. Now if you drive through the Bronx and you see the great scenery, it's usually my car being towed. It's really different. And there's a lot of the stars that came out of the Bronx, so you can't get too mad because, from poverty comes greatness. I think, and also from wealth comes greatness. Now this is, who that is? Paris Hilton. She is complaining that she was a Hilton advocate for troubled teens. She was complaining that when she was in a school for troubled teens, she was beaten. I mean, I can't imagine that at the Sisto School. Nobody ever laid a hand on a kid. The kids were beating us out of our money. That's we were getting beaten by the insanity of ourselves. So I don't know that, but the Sisto School had nothing. It never touched any of the kids. The only place I ever got hit was the nuns. But that was what they used to do in those days. They just hit you with the ruler and grab you by the ear. And of course, I told the story the other day where the dictionary it got hit me on the head. Still didn't change things, I don't think. But this hitting the kid, spare the rod, spoil the child. I don't like laying a hand on a child is not how you train them. You train them by modeling, and then all of a sudden you kick them in the ass when they do something wrong in the house. That's when no one's looking. Like in those W.C. Fields movies. I don't know if you ever saw those movies with Shirley Temple. As soon as the parents turn around, then he takes her nose. It's just something we do in life. You train the kids. I mean, it's so personal. I'm not saying that you ought to hit your kids. I'm just saying that that Paris Hilton ought to be hit on. That's what I'm saying. So, my friend Kevin Eckert, he talks about her in Arizona. Says that he would hit on that. The last time you got laid was with your carpeting. This is ridiculous. All these guys always see. That's how you get in trouble. We have these movie stars that show their private parts or their body parts. I mean, why would you have to show this on the red carpet? For instance, okay, this is we've got to see a little leg, right? I still think Hillary Clinton would have won if she showed a little leg. But this is it. The body parts. We are men who like women, and we want to do things with them. You just can't promise them a star role if you're a producer, and you cannot give them something of yourself without their permission. There's a whole lot of ways to say this, but the best way to say is that you just got to keep the balls in the air, and don't let anybody fool you. If you get famous and rich, there's going to be a lawyer grabbing yours, pulling down on your balls, because that's what they do. They're ball breakers. What else are they going to do? They got nothing to do all day. They sit around. Chasing cars is not going to happen anymore. Fender benders is not for Morgan and Morgan. This is the big time stuff. And if you can follow the trail in Hollywood and get yourself into a rich place, like even Bill Gates, he's got a divorce from Melinda. They're billionaires. They got billions of dollars, and they couldn't get along. And look at the alimony payments. He's going to give her half of what? $500 billion. I mean, what do you do? How do you cut that money in half? It's called the high cost of leaving. And that's the way it is when you are very rich. Lawyers get into the picture, and all of a sudden they're the ones that get money. When I had my divorce, I didn't have my divorce, our divorce. It happened to two people, not one. When there was a divorce, the lawyers said they wanted to come in and handle the case. I said, no. I told my ex-wife, I said, why don't we just split the money? The heck with these lawyers, you know. We'll just take the money and run. Then we don't have to go through all of this. The judge says, well, you know, Mr. Reynolds, this is we are signing this dissolution. And I said, dissolution? He said, yes. I said, Your Honor, I was disillusioned a long time ago. That didn't just happen here in your courtroom now. And that beautiful judge that's on with this kid that committed this horrible crime with shooting all the students 3 years ago. You know, they're showing a lot of it on television now because he pleaded guilty. And the judge is a millennial. You know, I mean, they got someone that you're thinking, wow, you know, what happened to the regular judges with the sour pusses? In the movies, you never saw a judge like that. You always saw some grump or some grouch or some old man that was wearing a wig, you know. But not this one. I mean, they got a woman who's absolutely gorgeous. You know, they got her. Do I have a picture of her somewhere? I got to show you. Yeah, this is the judge now, right? Did I show you this before? I can't because I'm not over it. This is on all counts of attempted murder. And back to Paris Hilton, you know, she never got beat up at one of those schools. I really don't believe that. I don't think that would happen with her. First of all, if she got beat up anywhere, it would be at the Marriott. Forced to read the Mormon Bible. Well, the Marriott's, you know, that's the other hotel. You get it? You know, the Hilton Hotel has the reward system. If you stay there a long time, and a lot of times, then you get extra points. If they threw her into the mix, I think I would probably not go to the Airbnb. What is that Airbnb anyway? For airheads. Yeah, that's it. That's me. Anyway, it's just been a long day. Can you tell? You know, there's no news. It's all about the weather. When they do the weather in Florida or in LA, it's kind of a joke. You know, in LA, what do they say? AccuWindow weather. Open the window, look outside. If the wind is blowing out of the west, that's the weather. It's always that. And in Florida, what do we always have? We're always going to have rain. It rains all the time. It's tropics, you know, and then it's going to be a hurricane warning, and the boating warning is up, and don't go out on the beach today because they got what's that new thing they got now? They got something that they created another situation where you get the red tide. That's in. Is that what that is? And all the animals in the water are dying, and so we just take them down to the market and buy them and serve up that dead fish. That's awful. It's an awful thought, isn't it? Yeah, that's why ranch-grown salmon now has become very popular, because you can't trust the ocean anymore. Well, how could you? I'm in it. That's it, you know. The weather. Yeah, when they don't have the news and they go to the weather and they make up all this stuff, you know. It's Thursday today when I'm doing this, and they're already giving the weekend weather forecast. Are they that out of material? They got to do. The weekend is tomorrow. Starts Friday. You know, Friday after work. What are we doing today? We're doing the weekend weather already. Why don't we? Well, why not? We have Christmas coming during Halloween, because the ships can't unload. Yeah, try getting some people to do some work around the house. It was always that way with the kids, let alone getting people to pay them to do unloading. All right, I gotta get out of here now. I have to go and tend to my usual job. I told you I have invented this jock strap that bursts into a hammock, didn't I? That's a lazy man's toy. Did I tell you that? Oh, too bad. It's a Reynolds wrap.